17 after 7. Story on page 2 of the Herald Sun today that you expect to be sourced to Sydney, but it turns out to be Melbourne's suburbs, where it reads tensions were running high last night as a Northern Suburbs Council gave the go-ahead for a mosque to be built next door to a Christian church. This is the city where Essendon and Collingwood supporters sit next to each other. What on earth would be the problem with a mosque being built next to a church? More than 1,200 objections to the proposed mosque had already been received. Riot police stood guard outside the council last night, carrying pepper spray, accompanied by dogs. The planned mosque will sit next to St Mary's Ancient Church of the East. The church has more than 1,600 members of the area's Assyrian community who fled religious persecution in the Middle East. Sheikh Ali Divani is director of the Al Sadiq Foundation and Islamic educator. Good morning to you, Sheikh.
Good morning.
You've won approval to build a mosque in this particular area that I've just had a look on Google Street Maps or whatever it is. What is the objection from the church?
Some of the concerns of the members of the church, because they've lived in the Middle East and saw their problems, they think in that possibility could be there, and we want to say to them there will be no problems, and the future it will show we will be good neighbours.
When it says that that particular church fled the Middle East and they fled religious persecution, who were they persecuted by? Was it Muslims, was it?
Look, overseas, those that commit crime really don't belong to any particular religion. If you take a look at history, it's just individuals. Any God-conscious person would not kill another human being.
Okay, so, and what we would be saying...
I would say because there are Muslims being killed overseas as well. So if you take a look at the actual, it's more politics than what it is religious-orientated.
Tell me the history of the site. How long have you owned the particular piece of land that you want to build your mosque on?
The actual piece of land was purchased in 1992, and the church was built in 2009, and we didn't have an objection when it got built. And actually there was a contribution to the building, and any time any funds were collected to send overseas, we weren't taking a look if they're Muslims, Christians or Jews, because if there's a human being in need, we gave our hand towards that.
Okay, just to get the timeline right, you owned your property on which you intend to build a mosque since 1992, and the church was built next door in 2009, and you didn't object to the church being built?
No, we didn't object. Because the diversity of Australia, we can coexist next to each other.
When your mosque is, if your mosque was completed, how big would your congregation be?
Look, we made sufficient. I mean, the majority of times, you could say 363 days of the year. You know, we've got 2 days where the possibility could reach 1,000 to 1,500, but generally it could be anywhere between 100 to 200. And we've got 230 car spaces, so we make sure that there's no traffic jams or there's no problems. And we offered that they can use our parking because our congregation is on Friday, their congregation is on Sunday, and we can use each other's facilities, car park facilities.
When you say 230 car parking spaces, that's what the council has actually required of you to provide, isn't it? 230 car parking spaces.
Actually, the council, they said we provided more than what we needed the first time that they saw a building of the type.
Why would there need to be riot police and dogs at a council meeting over this particular issue? I'm
not sure who actually sent some sort of I don't know, it was a misunderstanding, but some words mentioned if the mosque approval will occur, there'll be some sort of a massacre. But I think that was just the anger of an individual, and that's not the church, because we've sat with the church people. They are very good people, and we don't have any concerns with them.
And as you say, this is Australia, where people coexist.
Correct. It's a diverse country.
And the 2 days where you might have 1,500 people, 1,000 or 1,500 turn up. One is called Eid, is it? That's the end of Ramadan.
Yes, that's the end of Ramadan, and during the pilgrimage.
Is the other one the Hajj? Is it?
Yeah, the Hajj.
There you go. So that's twice a year. All right. So the go-ahead's been given. When do you stick a shovel in the ground and start building it?
We have to wait 28 days, I think, to see if there's going to be any objection to VCAD. If there's no objection to VCAD, there's still money needs to be raised it's not like it's going to come up tomorrow. So the project is about anywhere up to 3 to 5 year project to be completed.
Sheikh, very nice to speak with you.
Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity.
Sheikh Ali Divani, Director of the Al Sadiq Foundation and Islamic educator.